First, I'm going to say we as a city have an addiction, and it's an addiction to development. We rely on development to keep a couple of things going. One, up until all throughout our last 10 years or so, we've relied on development to keep our property taxes low. This past year, 48% of our tax increase was paid for by new development. Without new development, we don't have low taxes. And it's actually put us in a position where the city council can raise your taxes $100 million a year without a Prop 2.5 override. Remember that, $100 million a year is our excess tax levy capacity. Those 9 people can agree to raise your taxes by that amount. That's big. There's another part of addiction to developments that's just starting to surface. We are growing addicted to mitigation money. The money that comes out of mitigation, we're not using it to say, fix the sewer pipes, fix the water pipes, fix the sidewalks, build a park. We're using it to fund programs, operating expenses. And that puts us in a position where after this all happens, we have to fund it out of our budget. And that's the reason our budget keeps on growing. It doesn't make any sense. We need to stop this addiction to development because it's costing us our neighborhoods in certain places. We're more than happy to give it up zoning in East Cambridge or North Cambridge or other places because we need that mitigation money and we need that tax dollars. And that's one of our problems facing us. The other problem is, we talk about the city manager. I think that's probably oversimplifying the issue. It's a transition of administration, not just the city manager, but potentially more. So I think when you look at it as an overall administration, whenever the city manager decides to retire or the council decides that it's time for him to retire, you have to look at the entire cohort and say, are there some people there that are either at their retirement age or past potentially retirement age that don't want to learn a new boss? So instead of one person leaving, could it be more? I don't know. I don't know if Sam knows. I don't know if Larry knows. But I think it's a question we need to consider because if all of a sudden we think it's just the city manager and it's multiple staff people, those staff people do a lot of the day-to-day work. And if we don't have a plan in place to cover that entire transition, it could be difficult. Whether it's next year, 2 years, 5 years, it doesn't matter. We need to have a plan for how that happens. In fact, we already should have a plan in place for how that happens because any big business, and Cambridge at $500 million is a big business, should have a plan in place already for a transition to new management. If we don't, shame on us.